Carnage. No idea why that would have just happened out of the blue. Yeah, that's not good. Just let my machine warm up before I hit the road. We have one combine down. The variable speed went out on Corey's combine, so I'm going to be starting the day alone. I would assume they'll have that back going, you know, I don't know, maybe like by noon or shortly after noon, something like that. So the plan is I'm going to go around this 65-acre field we call Fluffies, and then after that we don't really know where we're going to go. Fluffies has the same hybrid that we've been running on it, so we know it should be dry, and then we'll start kind of just dipping in other places to find out after that. So don't have a real solid plan in place other than the 65 acres, and we'll just kind of see. So I'm about ready to hit the road, and I'll catch you guys over there. I'm here at the shop with my combine. Had a little issue, and I'm waiting for the dealer to come out with some parts and put it back together. Kyle went to the field, so they're getting a little bit of harvesting done this morning, and I'll join them as soon as we get this put back together. This machine is under warranty. It's the second year, so it'll be the last year for warranty. And I've got to replace a seal in this variable speed shiv. And I'm just not quite sure if we need a smaller combine or a bigger shop. I don't know. Can't quite put my finger on the real problem there, but it barely fits. In fact, I have to swing my ladder out in front of the wheels to even get it in the door. Maybe that's it. Maybe we just need a bigger door. I know Andy's on his way out, and maybe I'll clean my window while I wait for him, vacuum the cab. I got it greased last night. So once we get this put back together, I should basically be ready to rock. And hopefully it's done raining by then, and we can get something done today. Well, this is my second dump. We're working in a light rain here. I didn't even know it was supposed to rain today. I have not been paying as close attention to the weather as I normally do. Been kind of preoccupied. But grain cart was a little late today too, so I'm only working on these front headlamps, so these first, which there's plenty of them. There's 3, maybe even 4. So I can't really go cutting across the field yet until the grain cart gets here anyways. So these first couple loads are gonna be slow. The field, it's up here, it goes around that house, down here, around that house. And then you got more, you got a little cutout woods there. It's right around 65 acres though. Once I get the grain cart here and get everything opened up, I should be able to keep these trucks moving. Well, well, well. Look who decided to show up. Skis. He's late today. He had to take his daughter to daycare, so I'll excuse it. Alright, here goes my first cut across the field.
We're gonna find out. Oh yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I kinda don't think you are. If so, you're gonna be losing it as soon as you get to the corner. I better go get ready. Up it goes.
Well, I was going along, heard a big clunk, and had no rotor speed. So I don't know exactly what I'm going to find under there, but one thing I can guarantee you is it's not going to be pretty. Whatever that was. Big pulley that runs that big belt should not look like that. Yeah, we got some carnage. No idea why that would have just happened out of the blue. Yeah, that's not good. Gonna be down for a while. I mean, obviously these are the type of things you do not want to happen to you, but they do. There's just no way of getting around that. Especially, yeah, we just had one combine down for about half a day. Just got it back in the field, and now this one's down, so. But at least we got that one running again, so at least we got one moving.
Well, I'm back to running corn after my morning repairs. Now Kyle's back at the shop with his gearbox issue. Skis is giving him a hand, or maybe it's the other way around, really. Well, this year's corn crop is better than I expected, for sure. We haven't even been in any of our best fields yet. Not that this one's too bad, really. This is one that Kyle just bought, actually. And yeah, it's doing real good. Got a 236 average. I'm not sure what Kyle had before he broke down, but I bet you it's right in there. He ran more headlands than I have, but he's also run a bigger chunk of the field than I have. I've seen the monitor get up to 300 a couple times. A lot of 270s and 260s. Chunk I ran back here, down in here in this behind the woods, that was, I mean, if you can see the colors, that was not good. I mean, that brought my average down like 15 bush pile, maybe not 15, 12 I think, while I was back there working my way back up. I mean, that happens. There's deer, there's raccoons, turkeys, shade. Just the way it is.
Got the machine off. I'm back at the shop. Kinda get you maybe a little better look at it. The corn goes in your head, then it comes up this feeder house, and then there's an upper feeder house, like an upper feeder chain that brings it up on an angle, like right through here, to the rotor. The rotor is what threshes the grain. So it just spins around all day really fast. This is the pulley that drives it. It's a gearbox. This is the belt to it. And I'm sure you can tell by the video, I think, it's obvious in person anyways, that is not sitting how it should be. It's tilted down to the right, This is my shifting lever for the gearbox. It's normally like right here. So the gearbox fell onto that and bent it in. But there's a bunch of bolts that hold that on, that gearbox. And I got one of them in my back pocket. Or all part of one, snapped off. So if I climb up here, you'll see here's a missing hole. There was a bolt there, and all the way around we think there's like probably 9 of them or so. So that's what happened. We don't know exactly how it happened yet. One theory is that they vibrated out. Some of the bolts backed themselves out, and then eventually at least a handful of them broke off right there at the end. That's one theory. Second theory could be the gearbox itself is shot and the gears inside locked up, which caused all the bolts to break. The reason why we're kind of leaning towards the first theory right now is that, well, a bunch of the bolts are missing, so they had to go somewhere, so we think they backed out. But what we're gonna do, I'm gonna swing out my unload auger. That top part of the shield where it says Gleaner, that will fold down. Then there's another cover I gotta take off, and that's where you pull the rotor. So you're about to see how easy it is to pull a rotor on a Gleaner. But the trick is, I think we're gonna have to suspend. I don't know if we gotta pull this down regardless, or if we can suspend it there while we take out the rotor. And the reason why we have to remove the rotor is because the bolts hold the gearbox on from the inside. So we got to pull the rotor, get in, put the new bolts in. So we'll be crawling right inside of her today. We got the dinosaur out, squeezes up here already. Just got to take kind of stop sign shaped shield off. I'm gonna do a rough timing of this. I think we're only at like 3 minutes in, we'll say.
Dang near high 3.
Yeah, we'll try to remember. It's 5 to 3 right now, basically. Gotta take the little cover off. Take out these 4 bolts. And we'll get that shield off, and then we'll be able to pull the rotor right out. So there's the cover.
That came off a little easier than I thought it was gonna.
It's now 3 o'clock.
Alright, I think we ditch the pallet now and
Yeah.
pull us a rotor.
Yeah, buddy. We dropped our pallet. We're moving our forks in. But this is your rotor, ladies and gents.
Well, this is your rotor.
Yeah, it should pull fairly easy, and if we hear a lot of crashing, that means the gearbox fell to the ground. But we don't think that's gonna happen.
Just start tipping back. It'll start coming.
This is what you call trust. He trusts me. I don't know why though. We got her about 4 foot out of the hole.
Up. Back.
Back. Here we go.
She's out.
So this is what a rotor looks like.
We want
It is 3:15, so technically it took us what, 20 minutes. But that was a success. If we were super experienced, had a little better forklift, honestly, you could probably have it out in 10. You know, if you're in a hurry.
Yep.
I swear, I say that with every job on this. I can grease it in 10 minutes. I can change from corn to beans in 10 minutes. It's a 10-minute machine.
Yeah, you can destroy it in less than 10 minutes.
Yeah, I destroyed it in 10 seconds. About. Now we're gonna run uptown and grab some bolts before the store closes. We don't have many options in Lake Odessa, so where are we going? Ace?
I think that's our only option.
It is. So yes, we're going to Ace. Hell, we might as well go to McDonald's too. You never know.
No, speed zone. Speed flat.
Well, and plus it takes a half hour to get out of this driveway sometimes. So
I know, that's why I said we should just go and get bullets while we can.
I'm gonna pull out in front of that semi.
Yep.
He's always down there. We got plenty of time. That's why we drive the 060. Might blow a head gasket on the way there, but. Well, what's the status update?
I think if I can get this strap around the tailings auger up there where it shoots it back into
Yeah, the return.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then I've got Al's come along already clipped up there.
Yeah, let's see.
And around the pulley of the
Yeah.
well, the rotor drive pulley.
Yeah.
So we can try to pull it straight up.
If anyone's ever been wondering what the inside of a combine does look like, the rotor obviously normally is inside here. This is the cage, we call it. So when you watch the crop go through the head, it goes into the feeder house, comes up these chains into here, and the rotor thrusters it up against your concave. And that's the gearbox right there that fell off. These holes, they're where the bolts that were holding on were. And for whatever reason, they either backed themselves out or broke off. We know some broke for sure, because we found broken ones. And the rotor slips onto the spline. That's what drives it. So yeah, that's your feeder chains. This is the upper feeder chain. I apparently, well, this is your rock trap. Your rocks normally go in here. You know, if a rock makes it up this far, the rotor kind of pushes it down into that trap. Clean that out daily. I do slack on that a little bit. Won't lie. This is your chopper knives. So when the material, all the trash makes it over here, it exits right there, gets chopped up a little bit by the knives, and then comes out the tail end and the spreader spreads it out. That is how a Gleaner combine works. A little bit of a battle getting it in there, but we got her. We're getting close. I guess we gotta go pick up Mert and try to find this bore site. We gotta have some perfect alignment here.
Need some rifle tools.
Yeah. We're gonna do some shooting on this Gleaner. Now I guess you gotta use a laser to line it up. So that'll be the next step, I think. After, I guess we'll get the rest of the bolts in probably.
Yeah.
When we get back, and
well, I gotta get a couple out too.
And there's a couple broken ones or something in there still.
We'll ship them out.
But we are gaining, so that's a good sign.
It's just about dark. I've switched fields. I finished the 65, 67 acre field, whatever it is that Kyle started, and I finished it. Moved over here, just got it opened up. All the headlamps off, and supper showed up. Now it's gonna be a little relaxing as long as the machine runs good. I don't have to worry about where the other combine's at. I don't have to worry about where the grain cart's at. I don't have to worry about where trucks are at. I think this field's like 27 acres, so I ought to be done. Oh, I'm gonna say I'll be done here in an hour and a half, probably.
Well, we're getting to a better place on this gearbox project. We got all the broken bolts dug out. We're putting all the new bolts back in to get it kind of at least mounted back on the machine where it should be. And then we got to spin it, make sure the gearbox is still good, because we still don't even know that yet. The mechanic from Williams Farm Machinery, our dealer, he just happened to swing in here. His name's Andy. He's from our area, so he's kind of on his way by, and he was just curious, so he popped in, seeing how it's going. And you know, I really appreciate that. He didn't have to do that, so that was pretty cool that he stopped in here. And tomorrow he'll come back in the morning, because he has experience with this and we don't. You have to get the alignment from the gearbox to the other side of the machine. You have to get put a laser up in there and then start doing some shimming to make sure that the alignment's perfectly straight. And he just happened to do one of those a couple weeks back, he said. So he said it could be a 2 or 3 hour process. So might take a little bit of work, but he's willing to come help us do that. I think that's pretty cool. So yeah, I just really appreciate him and that he stopped here to check on us, and he's always willing to help. So pretty valuable for us.